Are you a technician who wants to set yourself apart? Then the Trusted Technician podcast is for you. I'm Derek Hoferter, coach and trainer at SBE. And on this podcast, we will have experienced HVAC coaches and trainers, as well as top performing technicians, all sharing their tips and strategies to help you be more successful. Welcome back to the Trusted Technician podcast. This is Coach Derek at SBE, and today's guest is Richard. Richard, hey, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, glad to be here. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Richard is joining us from Virginia, out on the East Coast. And Richard, just to get started, why are you an HVAC technician?
Well, and I'll make a long story short, man. I started out doing like home improvement, everything, doing little things, plumbing, electrical, light fixtures, painting, all that. And then I just wanted to focus on something because now with YouTube, Google and everything, everyone can install a toilet or replace a light fixture. So I wanted to like dive into something. So I just thought HVAC, okay, not too many people will get their hands dirty with HVAC. They're scared. They'll shy away from it. So HVAC was where I wanted to do, and I just stuck with it. I've been doing HVAC about 16 years now. So,
okay.
Yeah, I've been doing it for quite a while now.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And you do it well. You're always a top performer in our rankings every year. And I know last year you did close to 2 million in revenue in your year. So a good year. What do you love the most about being an HVAC technician?
It's a few things. Number one, being that guy, I go to a customer's house and we had several companies. They just can't figure it out. They were here for hours and all this stuff. So I get there and then it takes me 20 minutes, already find a solution, present it to them. Then, it's like I saved the day. Oh, we've been stressed out. We thought we had to call another company out here after you. And yeah, that's one of them. So solving it, and basically another thing, just educating them about their system sometimes too. It's some cases where half these customers, homeowners, don't even know what system they have or like what it's supposed to do or the functions of it. So educating them, seeing their eyes like, oh, wow, I didn't know my thermostat can do that. Or, so things like that. That's the fun part.
Okay. On the flip side, what's the most challenging thing, or what makes it difficult to be an HVAC technician?
To be honest, what makes it difficult, especially around here, to be honest, the off season, the off season kind of makes it a little bit difficult. Depending on the region where everyone works or lives, when, we're basically less service calls and you got focus mainly on maintenances. That's probably the hardest, and probably inflation.
Okay.
Prices, that's pretty big, but yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, like the whole industry has had to keep up with everything being more expensive.
Everything is going up. That's everything.
Fuel, right? Yeah. Equipment, everything. And so obviously you guys have had to adjust your prices, and I'm sure that makes it more challenging conversations with homeowners. Right. Yeah. They're like, it costs what now?
Yeah. Oh, well, I bought this in 2010.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. But at the flip side, I think most people are aware that the price of everything has gone up, right? So,
great thing you brought that up. That's one of the things I use. They'd be like, well, yeah, I can't believe that was going up. I'd be like, when's the last time you went grocery shopping? Like a couple years ago, $100 for groceries, you have to make multiple trips to your car. Now $100 of groceries, you're like, okay, I can just one bag in this. I can just one arm this one.
Yeah, for real. Okay, yeah, those are definitely challenges. But to do the type of revenue production that you do, that you must be productive year round, though. So, what is it that you do in those off seasons to stay productive?
Off season, basically, big thing. Try to stay focused, positive. Don't lose sight of your goal. What you're doing this for. Because we all get in this slump, like, oh man, here we go, maintenance, no service, so it's slow. But to guys, just like look at what I'm trying to achieve and tell myself, okay, I know, we go through this every year. There's always an off season every year. So basically staying positive, staying focused, and basically trust the process, man. Just trust what you've been doing. When it's busy, don't stop doing that just because it's not busy anymore. Just keep in line with it. That's big.
Yeah.
That's very
It's funny you say, it happens every year, but I often find that when I talk to like HVAC owners and technicians, they're always like, the phone, it just stopped ringing.
yeah. Right.
I'm like it did last year and
Yep.
like it
Yep.
did the year before,
At the
right?
same time
But
last year.
yeah, but it's always just seems like this, like, like what's happening?
Surprised. Yeah.
Right? Surprised by it, but no, it tends to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stay focused, control what you can control. Are there like, do you view the off season also as like where you can practice new things or try new things, or
Yeah.
are there other things that you do during the off season?
Yeah. I tried a couple things in the off season, like going to a call. I focus more on like previous estimates left. And I try to reiterate that to the customer, say, hey, this past guy recommended, or said something about this. And hey, I see there's nothing, repetition. If you tell someone a couple more times, not the first time, they may brush it off. But if you tell them again and again, and then like, okay, yeah, maybe we do need to do this. This is the third tech that came out here. So yeah, trying that out. I had to use like YouTube videos, like this one maintenance. It was a whole air cleaner purifier. So I went through as a brand new system. So it wasn't much to clean, but the ductwork wasn't new. So I basically did my thing and I grabbed my tablet and I basically pulled up a YouTube video of we use down here a Photomax. It's an air purifier, air cleaner. So basically I left my iPad on the countertop. The homeowner watched it and then I finished up, came back down and he was like, hey, I want that. Hey, can you
That's
put that
clever.
in? I was like, yeah, man, I got one on my truck. So I'm trying that too. I mean, just watching the video, man, it is helping. Playing it.
Video is powerful,
Yes. Yep.
especially if it's a well done, you probably chose that video for a very specific reason,
Yep.
right? Or it's probably well done, maybe some graphics that, gives the homeowner like a visual and they're like, I want that to happen in my house.
Yeah. They went through the whole spill. Yep. Their education, everything. And they actually saw like the dirty air entering the system and what it does, filters it, and that ball game.
Yeah, I like that because without the use of a video, if you had tried to potentially explain what that does, like the homeowner might not be able to put it together.
Yeah, they can't
right?
it's just words. Without seeing. Yep.
I like that. Okay, so off season you can practice a little bit. For you, let's talk about how I mentioned last year you did close to 2 million in revenue. Have you been a high revenue producer like that, like always, like since you started, or was there like a before time and then an after time?
I've been pretty high revenue, but since I came to Kellam, it's like took off.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been pretty good at getting things done, but yeah, since Kellam, it's different. It's different, way more seasoned. I've learned a lot more tools, things like SB and everything, more tools, skills, and also ways to kind of sharpen what I already knew. So I've been pretty good, but yeah, since I've been in Kellam, I've been very top.
Okay. Would you say like doubled, tripled?
Double.
Okay.
Definitely
So
double.
in order for a technician to like double the revenue, you mentioned, some new tools, some new processes. Could you give maybe some more specifics for people that are listening of like,
Yes.
how does a tech double their revenue?
Well, pictures, stories, and certain questions is the key that since I came here and we've been doing SB, the questions. I've been always a stickler on pictures, showing before and after, but the certain questions did it. Questions and using stories. I wasn't utilizing my past, stories or previous calls, but questions and stories, that's key.
Give me some examples of some questions that you really feel are key for you when you're out there on a call.
All right, let's use an example. Say a question, checking the filter or asking them what type of filter they use. And then basically they'll show me, hey, yeah, we buy the expensive filters, blah, blah. And then I take it out and then basically just say, hey, did you know that's been there? Have you done anything about it? Has anyone offered you any, enhancements and then that right there, at first I'll be like, okay, well, I'll check the filter. Oh, okay, take it out. With certain questions, because that opens up a whole new conversation. Oh, well, no, nobody, how did that get there? Before I'll take the filter out, replace the filter, and go on to the next thing.
Yeah, just check.
Now you ask, we get the expensive filter. So that right there, I know they're interested in air quality. They want a clean home. So then that opens up, okay, well, UV light, duct cleaning, air cleaner, and that's been very helpful.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of my favorite questions too, is the like, why this filter?
Yeah.
There's just so much info available in that. Because if they say, well, it's the cheapest one that you can get, that's also useful.
Yeah, because now
info.
you're not going to spend too much time dealing with that. We can go on to the next.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
also useful info. And then, but that's a minority of people that are just specifically buying the cheapest one, but it is some people. And then there's also, the ones you say, because it's supposed to be the best. Okay.
Yep.
So they like the best or the best important to them for some reason, which we don't know yet.
And then ask more questions, figure out.
Right. So then at what point then does the story come into play? Like how does the story like attach onto this as well?
All right. So you want me to go off the same?
Yeah, let's do the same scenario.
Okay. So we're talking about the filter and everything. And then, one guy was like, all right, this is the thickest filter they have. I paid like $30 for this filter and it's the highest MERV. That's it. Okay. Well, I had this one customer who had this highest MERV, most pleated filter, and he had airflow issues. And he was like, huh? And I'm like, yeah, he had airflow issues and his system was freezing up. So not the highest MERV filter is not the best. And then I took the filter out and grabbed a cheaper, a little less expensive filter, put in there, pressures, everything was good. So I'm like, and I use this example. If you get the most pleated or the thickest filter, it's like you might as well put a piece of cardboard up there. You're not allowing air to pass by there.
Yeah.
So the story of the other guy got the most expensive static and all this pet hair. And then he was like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. The most pleated means the thickest. So it's going to let less air get by.
So that's a great use of it, because I think what you're getting out of why the story is effective is because if you just said to him, hey, you're plugging up your airflow, he might be like, well, that's your opinion, or right, or something like that.
I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, agree to disagree, right? But the fact that you brought it into, it's not me, it's somebody else, right, was doing this and didn't realize I think it's just easier to like have them relate to it, right? Versus if you're just telling them something.
And then sometimes bring up stories, then it triggers them to bring up, my sister-in-law had that same issue about their system freezing up. And then we get to talking about that. Yes, stories, because it's sometimes a reflex. They want to bring up a story or something. And it's helpful.
His stories are powerful, right? There can be, he went with the story that way, but you could probably also go another way of, there's someone I just helped recently where they were buying the most expensive one that they could get, but they were still waking up kind of stuffy and with allergies. Are you good, or can you relate to that, right? So you can go a different way with the story too.
Yep.
So asking questions, telling stories, right? Making stories. What else helps you take off?
Stories, questions, and like I said, pictures. The pictures, or just like this, the smell my finger trick.
Or tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Tell us. All right, like go up. Let's just use the maintenance. Go into the maintenance. Open the blower compartment or the evac core. Basically, take a bleach wipe, or if they're able to, bring them up. Because some people like pictures. That's from another job, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, if they're able to, if it's a walk-up attic or it's in the closet, bring them on. Take them outside. So I brought them up. I basically said, hey, this is in your system. Oh, what's that? Well, I don't know. And they were, and then he was like, can you do something about it? Oh, well, I can't. I can do something about it, or you can just leave it like you've been leaving it. But just showing them, just wiping that, or taking a picture of inside the duct.
Yeah.
Them bringing them, like I said, take the filter and look. Them physically seeing it too, or if you can't show them, if they're elderly or it's a tenant homeowner situation, send the homeowner the pictures and videos or something like that. If you can't get them involved and stuff.
Yeah. So basically find something kind of gross.
Yeah.
Right. Or the dust, dirt, something growing, build up, and confront them with it in a
Yep.
way, right? Let them see it.
Let
Like,
them own it too.
yeah,
It's their stuff. It's their house.
there's
Um,
there's a key too with kind of how you were role playing that is you didn't go, hey, look at this. Here's what it is. Here's what you need to do. Here's what it means, right? In your little scenario, you just show it to them and then let them do the talking, right?
yep. They start, show them and they start asking questions. Well, what is it? Or can you clean it? Can you get it out? Or how can we make sure that doesn't come back? Just showing them. Yes. Yep.
That to me is always like a very pivotal moment. Maybe you run into this, but if you can do things in a way that the homeowner asks, well, what do I do about it? Right? Versus, hey,
Once you get to
homeowner,
that,
yeah, here's your problem. Here's what you need to do about it. Right? If you can get to that point, would you agree? Where the homeowner is asking you for the solution, you know you're in a good spot.
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You haven't
Like what?
moved too forward. You're not in front of the customer. You're actually behind them. Yeah. You don't want to be too forward, then you may lose it.
Yeah. And also too, in that scenario, right? Of, well, what do I do about it? You also gave an option to do nothing.
Yeah. We can just leave it.
Yeah. But once you see it,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
now you're going to be haunted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to be haunted by it.
Right.
especially too if it's like, you know, somewhere near like the kitchen or something, right? Because you don't have to, people can do their own math and their own visualizations, right? Of like, this might be near where I prepare food, or this
Right.
might be near where our kid sleeps and breathes. So we don't have to scare people, right? They can see things and figure it out for themselves.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about your like strategy of overall, like, do you feel like you follow like a pretty specific process, or do you feel like you give yourself like situational, or kind of overall, like, what's your strategy of when you run a call?
Strategies. You want to start by the call ahead. I mean, we
Yeah,
said,
to walk me, like, give us a quick overview of your strategy.
okay, so call the customer. Hey, my name's Richard Barnes. I'm with Kellam Mechanical. I see we have a scheduled heating maintenance. I tell them, how far out I am. A question that Mr. Will Smith definitely, I added this. I started doing this too. He helped us. He was down here asking how it's been over the phone and getting them thinking about it. So I've been doing that. So like I asked them, hey, how you been? How's everything? And I asked, hey, how's the system been running? And then that right there gets them thinking. And then I ask again when now I'm at the house. I ask them, hey, is it okay if I park here? Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm at the door face to face. I ask them again, hey, I just basically reiterate, hey, I'm Richard doing the heating maintenance, killing, blah, blah. And how's everything been? And then that's how I go. And then I get them basically to show me where everything is at. Even if I've been there before, I've gone to countless houses. So, I mean, sometimes we can't remember, but even if I've been there before, get them involved, get them to show me the thermostat. I say, hey, can you please show me the thermostat, filter, the indoor unit, the outdoor. And that's helpful because then we can ask questions. He can show me the filter and then bam. Oh man, I didn't know it looked like that. I thought I replaced it last month. Oh man, that looks dirt. Yeah. That's my strategy. Get them to show me. And then basically after that, asking them, hey, would it be okay if I grab you? If I find anything or any issues, would it be okay? And another thing, time. Some people still working from home. Some people, hey, I got to pick my kid up. Asking them time. Hey, this is going to take me an hour, hour and a half, whatever. Are we okay on time? So that's, because I don't want to, have to rush through or have them delay picking up their kid, sick kid or something. So that's my strategy going in.
That's really good. So then ideally, then you've got a homeowner that engaged with you, interacted with you, has showed you things that you can then go and see what's going on, right? So it feels like you're just kind of following their orders a little bit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Too of, hey, look at this. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll see if I can figure this out, right? And versus surprises of, the whole surprise of, hey, I'm here to do this. Okay, I'll see you. And then surprise, homeowner, right? Yeah, trying to avoid the homeowner surprises.
Yep. And that's, and they know what I'm checking. So like you said, it's not a surprise if they see me go up in the attic or go in the backyard, going to the, how do like they know, okay, he's actually doing it. He's checking all this. So I don't you know, and you show them something on the outdoor unit. Oh, I didn't know you had to look at that. That's
Right.
no surprises.
No
Yeah,
surprises.
I'm gonna check the outdoor, indoor. Show me. Yep. Yes, sir.
I think that's just overall good approach. Try to eliminate surprises because homeowners don't like surprises. You don't like
Yep.
surprises.
No one likes.
No one likes your surprises. All right, Richard, we're up on time. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank you.
time and
Yes,
sharing
sir.
with us. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
All right. Good talking to you, man. Take care.
Correct. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Trusted Technician Podcast. If you would like to learn more about SBE, you can find us online at sbeodyssey.com. If you enjoyed today's episode, we would appreciate it if you would leave us a review. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.